All right, Michael. Let's do this. What's up? What's going on?
Hey, Shawn. So I don't know if you can help me or not. I'm kind of a hard case. I wonder if there ain't no more hope for me.
I highly doubt it, sir. What's up?
All right. So I used to be the man in high school. I'm telling you, I was a wide receiver, ran track, sprints. 100, 200.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I played for a little while in college until I got hurt. That Achilles. I think that's where I started gaining that weight. I gained about 20 pounds by the time I got out of college.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm 48 years old, 60 pounds over my high school weight. Most of it, my stomach. I got that hard, round stomach. You know what I'm talking about.
Right.
And no matter what I do, I just can't seem to lose it.
Okay. Okay. Got it. So, what are you doing now? Eating, exercise, all that.
Well, not a whole lot now, since nothing don't seem to work. I eat salads. You know, salads. They don't do nothing.
Hmm. So, what have you done in the past?
Well, so I started walking. I was up to 30 minutes a day to drop a couple pounds, but I got discouraged because it wasn't really working much more than that. I thought about lifting weights. I like lifting weights, but I'm not trying to get no bigger. You know what I'm saying? So I don't do that. And I did a fruit fast one time. Now I felt better. I lost a couple pounds with that, but then it stopped working. All I was doing was eating fruit all day from the time I woke up, to the time I went to bed, and I thought that was gonna work, but they didn't do nothing.
Mm.
Uh, and then somebody had told me about that matcha green tea powder. They told me I take that. It speed up my metabolism because I know my metabolism done slowed down. So I
Mm.
started taking that 3 times a day. They ain't work either. I'm thinking about taking that there Ozempic. Because ain't nothing working for me.
All right. All right. So, thank you, Michael. So, let's get into this. All right. So here's the thing. First of all, like I said, I highly doubt that you have stuff. You have a situation where stuff is impossible for you now. Like that's not the case. That's not the case. I promise you it's not the case. Unless you actually believe that it is, in which case you'll kind of hold to that belief and then you'll prevent yourself from moving forward. But anyhow, let me just kind of mention the things I was writing down. So first thing you need to do is you need to be consistent. So you know what it means to be consistent with training, because you have an athletic background and you were practicing several days a week and whatnot, even at the collegiate level. So you know about what consistency is. One thing that I'm willing to believe is that whenever you were a high level athlete, your diet was probably so so, but you didn't see it because you were exercising so much that you weren't really gaining weight. That's my suspicion. So you probably were able to get away with that stuff, or at least from the physical appearance standpoint. Um, but here's the thing: whatever you do, you need to be consistent. Walking is somewhere like you mentioned you were walking 30 minutes a day. I would restart and build back up to that. Walking is one of those things that I think everybody needs to be doing anyway. Now, you're probably going to have to do more to lose weight, but that doesn't necessarily mean you need to stop walking. And then also, um, to get results from walking, you probably do need to do way more. But let's hold that thought. The other thing that I want to say is, um, don't be scared to lift weights. Building muscle by lifting weights is one of the main things you want to do because building muscle indirectly helps you lose fat. Like your body has to expend energy to maintain extra muscle mass. And so what you want to do, and you want to build muscle. You want to make lifting weights a regular part of what you do 2, 3, 4 days a week. Um, because the more muscle you have, the more that muscle acts as what they call like a glucose sink. Like whenever you eat stuff with glucose, it'll go to your muscles rather than to your fat, so it can be utilized in the muscle. And so you want to make sure that you do lift weights. Don't worry about gaining extra weight because the tissue that you are concerned with getting less of is fat tissue, not muscle. So like all weight is not the weight that you're trying to lose. Sometimes people just looking for that scale number to go down, but that's the wrong idea. It's excess fat which is the issue. That's the issue. So like don't worry about the scale number if we're not talking about fat. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Um let's see what else I want to say. So you said you did a fruit fast. I'm I talk about fasting a lot. I like to fast. I wouldn't necessarily call it a fast because a fast really technically is whenever you go without eating. But some people may call it a partial fast. But the point I want to make is um I wouldn't necessarily worry about those kind of things right now where you do fruit fast or smoothie fast and different things like that. What I would concern myself more with is making sure that when I eat, I'm eating the right kind of stuff. So if I were really to kind of get in depth with you as far as like helping you to construct a plan that'll help you to actually lose the weight, I would want to know how you're eating all day. Are you drinking some sort of drinks all day, like coffee all day or soda all day, sweet tea, stuff like that? Are you eating snacks all day? Are you what do your meals comprise of? You eating a lot of ultra processed carbs and things like that? That's what I would want to know. Okay. Um Doing something like all fruit or all vegetables, well, I would really lean more so toward plant foods instead of just fruit. People like to do fruit, I think, because you still get the sweet taste and whatnot. It's not a huge problem, but I would do more vegetables, to not necessarily emphasize the sugary part, even though sugar in fruit is better. Um, but I wouldn't worry about those kind of quick kind of things or whatever. I would encourage you to really revise how you eat, mainly by making sure that you're eating real food, like food that's not ultra processed, that comes in a bag or package of some kind. Um, and then finally, with the supplements like the matcha green tea, I wouldn't worry about that. So the thing about metabolism, recently, what I've heard is like in regard to like our ideas about metabolism aren't quite like from the past. They haven't been quite right. However, what I will say is if you're concerned with how your body uses energy, which is what metabolism is, then what you want to do is again build muscle. You want to build muscle. That's what you want to do because again, it takes more energy to maintain muscle tissue. And so when you gain more muscle, then it help you to like keep the fat off. Um, don't worry about supplements for fat loss. Don't worry about any single item, whether it be green tea powder or I don't know. I don't keep up with all that kind of stuff just because I don't do it and I discourage it. But anytime you see something that says if you take this, it's gonna like 5x your metabolism, whatever, to help you burn fat, I wouldn't worry about that because like if you really want to lose fat, if you really want to keep fat off, it's gonna depend way, way, way more on whatever your consistent daily habits are, your eating and exercise habits, and even some other habits like your sleep and stuff like that. Okay. Um, you don't have to take Ozempic, any of the GLP-1s or anything like that. And the other thing I say with those is, I mean, people take them and they get results. However, what I want to help you to understand is that those actually don't solve the issue. The issue is more so with your lifestyle. And although you can take those things and you can get whatever results, there's a reason why people take those for the rest of they're supposed to be like indefinitely taken, injections for forever, because it's not really correcting the lifestyle stuff. But this is a matter of lifestyle, eating, movement, sleep, so on and so forth. So I would encourage you to make sure that you pay attention to those instead. Okay. So hopefully that helps. If you're 35 to 50 years old and wanting to lose weight, get stronger, and become more athletic, but you keep finding yourself hitting roadblocks like aches and pains, stuck at the same weight, lack of motivation, even wondering if your fitness goal is impossible to reach, I got something for you. My exclusive fitness support consists of my daily fitness mindset mornings every weekday morning, where I teach you the mindset that fit people use to achieve high levels of health and fitness, and where you can ask me your specific health and fitness questions so that you can finally get unstuck. You also get access to my video workout library, as well as my fat loss workbook, fitness journal, and other helpful fitness related downloads we have available on our Patreon. If that sounds good to you and you're ready to change your mind so that you can finally change your body, your health, and your life, join us now at patreon.com/Shawn B2B Fitness.